Billie Eilish has never been one to shy away from her struggles, and in a revealing interview, she opened up about a deeply personal battle with the ongoing struggle with separation anxiety. Diagnosed at just 11 years old, Billie's anxiety wasn't just about missing a parent or a friend. It was an overwhelming, persistent fear of being apart from those she loved. She described it as something that took hold of her childhood, making everyday moments like being at school or away from her family feel like insurmountable challenges. Despite her fame and success, the scars of that anxiety have never fully disappeared. In the interview, Billie went on to reflect on how this early anxiety shaped her views on family, revealing her deep desire to have a big family of her own someday. But her experience with mental health also raised tough questions about the future. As she spoke about the fears she holds for her own children in today's frightening world, particularly in the wake of tragic school shootings, her vulnerability shows that even icons like Billie carry heavy burdens, revealing the human side behind the music. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Masterpiece. Today we're diving into separation anxiety disorder. Whether you're a longtime subscriber or this is your first time here, I'm thrilled to have you join me. In this video, we'll be exploring its characteristics. She has been grappling with separation anxiety since she was just a child. Despite her fame and success, Eilish's early years were marred by the overwhelming fear of being apart from her loved ones, a fear so intense it affected her daily life in profound ways. This vulnerability is something she's never shielded away from, and through her honesty, she's helping to shed light on a condition that many people may not fully understand: separation anxiety disorder. Separation anxiety is not just about feeling homesick or missing a loved one for a short period. It is a clinical condition characterized by excessive and persistent anxiety over separation from those to whom one is attached. Separation anxiety disorder, SAD, is marked by symptoms such as extreme distress when anticipating or experiencing separation from home or loved ones, and a fear of being abandoned. It's an overwhelming, sometimes paralyzing feeling that can take hold at any age, but for children, the effects can be especially pronounced as they navigate the complexities of growing up. For Billie Eilish, her anxiety began when she was just 11 years old, an age when many kids are starting to develop more independence. But for Billie, the idea of being apart from her family was more than uncomfortable. It was a source of intense, persistent fear. I was worried about what would happen to them. I was worried about what would happen to me. I was worried about being forgotten, she explained. This fear became so powerful that it dictated her daily life, causing her to rely heavily on the comfort and presence of her family members. Eilish even shared that she was unable to sleep alone until she was much older than most children, requiring the presence of her parents for reassurance and security. In fact, she recalled that her entire family shared a bed until her older brother, Phineas Os, was 10 years old, and she continued to sleep in her parents' bed until she was 11. This kind of anxiety can be incredibly isolating, especially for a child in the spotlight. While most of us might remember our childhood fears, perhaps worrying about monsters under the bed or being scared of the dark, Billie's anxieties were far more consuming.
When you think of your mental health journey, what comes to mind?
What a question. I think when people hear, remember to take care of your mental health, they think that everyone else is, and that's not at all accurate, you know? For me, I'm trying to learn still to make sure that I stay okay, you know what I'm saying? But I just answered like 40 questions in one.
That's great.
It doesn't make you weak to ask for help. It doesn't. It doesn't make you weak to ask for a friend, to go to a therapist. It shouldn't make you feel weak to ask anyone for help. And you should be able to ask anyone for help. And everyone has to help someone if they need it. You know, starting that conversation, you don't have to make it super serious right away. You know, you say, how are you feeling? Like, are you okay? That's what you say, are you okay? Ask somebody. That's what they, you know, and yeah, I'm good. Really?
She explained, I couldn't sleep by myself. If I woke up and my parents weren't in the bed and the lights were off, I would scream until they came to the door. It's a raw and revealing admission, offering a window into how deeply her anxiety affected her. Even simple things like being alone in her room at night would trigger a sense of panic. She further recalled, I couldn't step off the bed in the dark because I was certain that there were scorpions crawling all over the floor. These vivid images of fear illustrate how the mind of a child with separation anxiety can become consumed by irrational yet deeply felt concerns. This level of anxiety can significantly impact a child's development, making it hard for them to experience the kind of independence that is crucial for growing up. In Billie's case, it meant that she couldn't separate from her parents for any meaningful length of time without experiencing intense emotional distress. But beyond the nighttime fears and the overwhelming need to stay close to her family, there was a deeper, more existential fear at play. A separation anxiety often manifests as a fear of abandonment, and for Billie, this fear was compounded by a sense of being disconnected from the world around her. This is a key symptom of separation anxiety disorder, an intense preoccupation with the idea of being left behind, whether physically or emotionally.
I'm just dealing with it how I'm dealing with it, and I'm trying my best. Obviously, I am not a trained professional in anything. I don't know what I'm doing half the time. But I have seen it, and I've been it, and even if it's just a little bit more comfort, that can really mean a lot to someone, because you don't know what is going on. Even in that moment, there could be something going on, and it's been like that for me. There have been certain people that have texted me right when I needed to be texted, saying they loved me and that they were thinking about me, and it really means a lot.
As Billie Eilish grew older, her separation anxiety did not simply vanish. She still experiences anxiety today, although she has learned how to manage it over the years. It's clear that the impact of her childhood experiences shaped her perspective on relationships and family. In an interview, she mentioned her desire to have a large family of her own someday, her intense attachment to her loved ones, and her commitment to preserving those relationships for the future is indicative of the lasting effects her early anxiety had on her. It's as if the very thing she feared the most, being apart from her family, has influenced her determination to build a family of her own, one that she feels can be a source of emotional safety and connection. This desire for a close-knit family is also evident in Billie's fears about the world around her, especially when it comes to the safety of future generations. Reflecting on the tragic Uvalde school shooting that took the lives of 19 children, Billie expressed her deep concerns about the world her children might inherit. Despite being homeschooled as a child, something that shielded her from the anxieties that many children face in traditional school settings, Billie admitted that she couldn't fathom the fear of going to school and being worried about whether or not you'd make it out alive. "You go to school and be prepared for a life-changing traumatic experience or dying," she said. Understanding the symptoms of separation anxiety can help illuminate Billie's experiences. In addition to the extreme distress caused by separation, other symptoms of SAD include nightmares about separation, physical complaints like stomach aches or headaches, and a reluctance to go to school or be away from home for any length of time. For Billie, it wasn't just about feeling homesick. It was a persistent and overpowering fear that kept her tethered to her family in ways that were both comforting and confining. Through her openness about her childhood, Billie has brought attention to an issue that many children face but may not always have the language or support to express. Her transparency not only sheds light on the complexities of mental health, but also offers hope to those who may be suffering from similar struggles. Today, as Billie continues to use her platform to speak out about mental health, she's helping to normalize conversations around issues like separation anxiety, depression, and anxiety disorders. By sharing her story, she not only empowers others to seek help, but also fosters a deeper understanding of the emotional challenges that many people face, no matter their age or background. And there you have it. I hope you found this video helpful and learned something new. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more content like this. Don't forget to hit that notification bell to stay updated. If you have any questions or topics you'd like me to cover next, make sure to drop them in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.